What are the challenges for that next president that takes the White House seat?
There are three challenges. The first challenge is the economy. We will see a similar kind of economic demise as Roosevelt faced in 1932. We, of course, won't have failing banks, but you have something similar, failing hedge funds, failing investment banks. Second challenge, Iraq. Americans want to get out, but they do not want to cause a collapse in the Iraqi state or to cause a region-wide civil war. They do not want Turkey from the north to intervene on the Kurds. They do not want Iran in the east to intervene for the Shiites. They do not want Saudi Arabia to intervene. They do not want to have Iraq cause a Middle Eastern equivalent of World War III. And that's what they are afraid will happen if we withdraw from Iraq too soon. On the other hand, they're afraid that if we do withdraw from Iraq, terrorists will chase us home, going across the Atlantic just in the same way that bin Laden's people did on September 11, 2001. So the next president will face the challenge of nuclear non-proliferation, trying to make sure Iran does not get a nuclear weapon, trying to make sure that other countries in Asia do not get nuclear weapons like North Korea did. And that's a tall order because it's very difficult to keep track of them. So what you see fundamentally is there are all these international crises and domestic crises coinciding. That's a challenge for any president on the scale of World War II and the Depression for Roosevelt. We haven't had that happen for 60 years, 70 years.
As we get ready to wrap things up, what can we expect to see in the near future?
In the near future, in terms of, say, a month or two from now, you will see most likely McCain making pronouncements on Iraq, and you will see Obama and Clinton engaging in much more of a contest for Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's voting April 22nd. After that, you have West Virginia, you have Indiana, you have Oregon. You can expect Obama, he might lose Pennsylvania by about 10, 15 points. But even if he loses Pennsylvania by that margin, he will most likely win the other states.
And he gets proportional delegates, too, because we must say that in the Republican Party, it's winner take all. The Democratic Party, proportional delegates. So he's still going to come out with a proportion of delegates.
Yes, he will come out most likely ahead after everything is said and done. After South Dakota votes on, I think, June 5th, he will most likely be ahead by at least 200 delegates.
And then we go into the super delegates. And there you see the delegates pledged, right? The total delegates right now. Obama 1627 to Hillary Clinton 1494. The pledged delegates now 1414 in favor of Barack Obama to Hillary Clinton's 1246. Super delegates are going to be a big talk going into that end of the Democratic primary. Yes. What are we going to see with the super delegates? Are we going to see, if Obama has the lead, is it going to be Hillary coming from behind, or are we going to see the super delegates going in favor of the person who's in the lead at the end?
Well, I think the best way to understand the super delegates is to understand how they were created. Super delegates were pretty much invented by the Democrats in the early 80s in response to the Democratic defeats in 72 and 80. And what you have is the Democrats, the people who invented them were Susan Estridge and Geraldine Ferraro. They created the superdelegates to be independent people who would keep the interests of the Democratic Party in mind so that a Democratic candidate would not be too far out of the mainstream of the American electorate. What's happened is that Clinton has approximately 30 more superdelegate votes than Obama, and that's after 400 have made their preference. What will most likely happen is that the freshman superdelegates in the House and Senate, those who helped the Democrats take over the House and Senate in 2006, they will be a key factor in helping to decide the nomination. Because what we're looking at is the coattail effect. Which Democratic nominee will have the ability to keep those Democrats in office in those swing states, like Ohio, like Pennsylvania, like South Carolina. So as a result, I expect you'll see Obama getting the edge, because he has much more of a coattail effect than Clinton has. When you look at Obama versus Clinton, the margin is approximately 20 points. When Obama's at the top of the ticket, the Democrats below him increase dramatically. When Clinton's at the top of the ticket, they fare very poorly. They will keep that in mind. This is preservation at its finest.
All right, so much to watch and so much to look out for. Marriah Starr, we want to thank you for coming and sharing with us on Perspectives. We will bring you back so that way you can continue to give us the update. Marriah Starr, political analyst and also professor at Lehman College here. We thank him for sharing with us here on Perspectives. We want to tell you can tune into Perspectives every Tuesday night live here on Brock's Channel 67 from 8:30 to 9, where you'll find a fresh perspective in something of news and relevance to you. For all of us here on the set of the show, we want to thank you for watching. Until the next time we meet, stay safe and share your perspective with someone else, because it just might make a difference in their life.